wiping my eyes of sleep, drinking yesterday morning's coffee.
My junior year, I came here and hung out, like just walked around the campus with some friends, a bunch. Went to Ion down the street, and I stole this sign that said, not a sign, but like a poster, it just said Bach to school, and it had like this like conductor on it, and it spelled B-A-C-H. And it's been hanging in my room for like, despite me moving, it's still in my room now. And so I think about that poster when I think about Wesleyan, I guess.
Maybe I'm my own greatest fear.
I've seen the Doobie Brothers like 9 or like 13 times or something.
Holy shit, dude.
We went every time they came.
The Doobie Brothers, I've seen the Doobie Brothers. The first band I saw live was the Bare Naked Ladies. The second band I saw live was also the Bare Naked Ladies.
First like concert I remember going to is like this Paul Winter pagan like sunrise worship thing on the summer solstice.
Your parents told me about that. You guys go all the time.
Yeah, it's great.
Like every solstice.
Yeah, yearly activity. It's actually pretty cool. Like you're just with like 200 other people in this huge cathedral, and it's just like a small handful of musicians, but they start playing and then they don't stop until the sun rises.
Maybe I won't die.
A lot of times she's just thrown around for like no reason, and I call me a purist or whatever. I don't know, but there's just like, I think there's a lot of great color and music and different ideas that have come from the early parts of the like emo genre that were then taken into a different direction, I guess.
Maybe I'm not the person that I never wanted to.
So I think it's important to address the fact that it is a mental illness and not just something that you can get over and push to the side. And I mean, like, I can function, like I definitely have very difficult days existing, but you know, to kind of be able to play music on a stage is a huge thing for me, and like my anxieties and whatnot, so I should feel like I should talk about some things while I'm there. And I think it's important that, be it mental illness or addiction, that people know that these things aren't people's faults, and I just want to drive that home.
For me personally, like being in this band, being able to make music and being able to be a part of something like truly saved me. It truly saved my life, like in the most cliche, whatever way possible. Like my life was very different before I got involved with music, and I was very dependent on, you know, substances, things like that to, you know, fulfill and to get to be a part of something now that's on the other end of it, where it's like every night I get to hear him talk about like just how worthwhile people are and how worthwhile like life is, you know what I mean? And like I get to feel that as well, and like it's just it's wild that I'm here and not just like still getting high wishing I was here.
It being, you know, a very life-giving thing rather than something that you just kind of do, and coming to terms with that and learning how to incorporate that into the rest of my life has been you know, probably the most rewarding thing about it.
This band means a lot to all of us, and I think we're just really, really grateful that we get to do this.
I know I'd cross my heart and hope to die.
I'm this is gonna come into play with Charlie, I guess. I haven't eaten it in 3 years, because I became vegan. But when Charlie and I lived together for a little bit, there was this thing he used to make, dude.
All right,
Is it your favorite too?
Oh, well, 100%. I haven't eaten it in so long because I kind of overdid it, but like I would still go there any day. So you just take either a bagel or like I like to do a bulky roll. And you take Nutella and you rip up marshmallows. Don't use mini marshmallows. You gotta rip up some big marshmallows because it's just better. You bake that, and it's like a little mini Nutella s'mores pie. And
it's so fucking good.
It's a really good midnight. You can really only eat it at midnight.
Yeah.
If you eat it at like 11 a.m., you're gonna be sleeping for the rest of the day.
I'll probably have a peanut butter and butter sandwich kind of guy. It's gotta be, yeah, it's weird.
You know, I could have called it was going to be something that was either inedible.
How was packaged meat?
I was gonna say cured meat.
Too savory for the midnight hour.
For the new record we did, I kind of had like written and demoed out all of the songs, sent them to everyone. Everyone like just heard the acoustic versions, and then we spent one
A
day,
day.
one day, we're
An
just like
evening.
an evening, like we're like just like word. Let's add parts on top of these songs, and then drums were finished recording the next day. I've been much more malleable to edits and actually making a song as good as it can be, rather than because for so long I was so set in that I didn't think that editing should be part of the musical process. Because it kind of like, I think that there's so much strength in that initial emotion that would come out in that one period of time, then like trying to tweak around words that make it sound nicer, but in the end, you want to convey the most clear message.
Take me out to be.
But I feel like U2 would be a great opportunity for us. Like, not necessarily is that the tour I want to take, but like when if it ever gets offered, you better believe we're on like the next train to Siberia or wherever they're playing.
All right, I'll 3-tier this. So extravagantly unrealistic is Led Zeppelin. Pretty unrealistic would be if My Chemical Romance ever reunited to get on that bill, because that would be really cool. And
Our lack of pyrotechnics would leave us underlooked.
well, hopefully they have enough pyrotechnics to spare. We can just get like if we could just get one flame cannon, I think we'll be okay. And then the more realistic answers, two bands that I'd really like to tour with would be Pup and Roswell Kid, because they're just like two of my absolute favorite
Great bands
right now.
There's so many bands that I would want to watch every night that it's really difficult to pick a band that I would want to go Radiohead tour with.
Pretty chill.
No, I would love to tour with like. Hold on, I got no Radiohead.
No more than worthy.